that time, Tim. A little slow. And Hagler outpunched him in that exchange.
Scoring to the body.
Working it out. Working it out.
Leonard still showboating.
Come on, punch it out. Punch it out.
Right hand out of the clinch from Sugar Ray Leonard. Right hand lead score.
Hagler's starting to lose his temper, Tim.
Now Leonard's confidence is building, and he senses that Hagler's losing his temper. He wanted that. He said, you've got to frustrate Marvin Hagler. A warning for pushing against Leonard.
But that was significant, Tim, because Leonard was able to push the supposedly stronger Hagler back. Leonard's mouth is wide open, Tim. Starting to breathe heavy.
Leonard continues to put a lot of miles on those new sneakers.
Good combination by Leonard, Tim. Right hand, left hook.
Well, on our card, 3 rounds in the bank for Sugar Ray Leonard, even though Hagler came out in his natural southpaw style for the 3rd round. He did a little better, but the way we saw it, Leonard won the round.
The 3rd round was a little close, Tim.
Nice and smart. Get me?
And the crowd is yelling, Sugar Ray, Sugar Ray, Sugar Ray.
Damn. How about those jabs?
Well, maybe I was right after all.
Paint this sucker, he'll go.
Well, it seemed like about an even split
Okay,
in the
baby.
crowd's emotions.
Here we see the replays now. Nice combination by Leonard. Right hand to the body, right hand to the head.
Round number 4, both fighters on their feet early, but the stools were not out of the ring. A left-hand lead scored by Hagler. A real sense of purpose on his face now, as there should be.
Well, you know, Tim, we say that the ring is square, it's not round. But so far, Hagler has not been able to put Ray on the ropes or trap him in a corner where he wants him. Missing, missing, missing. Ray's very relaxed in there, thinking all the time. Richard Steele scored a couple of points for Leonard. Ray was holding, he said, working there. No holding work, and Ray sure did work. Nice combination. Oh, low blow. And a hard low blow. Now Hagler's boxing authors are back to southpaw. He's a little confused by Leonard, Tim. I mean, really, he can't find Leonard at all. Straight left hand by Hagler.
Got the left hand, not a lot on it, but he scored it.
That's what we call a range finder, Tim.
He's had trouble finding the range thus far.
Looks like Leonard, to me, is going to nail Hagler instead of the other way around.
Good move by Leonard out of that corner. Hagler thought he had him there, and now Leonard scored the combination. Confidence seeming to build as each second of the fight ticks away.
Good body shots by Hagler, though, Tim. They're hard punches.
Hagler's body punches, he's got to land them. And a little showboat punch from Leonard. That brought the crowd alive, many of them to their feet.
It's a great performance by Sugar Ray Leonard so far, Tim. Great performance.
Under 30 seconds in round 4. Well, good combination again. Leonard timing things perfectly.
I don't know why Hagler's laughing, Tim. The rounds are going in the bank.
Landed a left there. Leonard walking away contemptuously.
Shook his head and it didn't hurt.
At the end of round number 4, and from words from Hagler, he's not happy at all with the showboating of Leonard, but he's going to have to find a way to do something about it. Leonard having his own way through 4 rounds, and this young man who kept saying, the experts are wrong, I can do this, I can make this happen.
Well, Tim, he told me right there, here, look at it, here. When you don't have any respect for a guy, Tim, you can do things like that, and apparently Ray Leonard doesn't have any respect at all for Marvelous Marvin Hagler. There it is again, little low.
Was a little low. It was a lot low, but was not called even warned. But nonetheless, it's the psychological effect that kind of play had.
Hagler's now landed 45 punches. I don't remember the 45 that he landed, do you?
Nope. Round number 5.
Did Leonard push him away?
I would say that this is almost a critical round for Hagler. He's got to make something happen. Good right hand by Leonard. Hagler trying to pull him into the corner, but Leonard will not go.
Looks like Leonard is starting to find the range more with his right hand. There it is again.
Uppercut lead, and it landed.
He's now, Leonard is fighting a lot. Tim, he's looking to nail Hagler. Got nailed himself that time with that right hook.
Hagler still talking. Leonard would hope it's in frustration.
And it is, Tim. No question about that. Leonard is definitely frustrating him.
Short chopping right landed by Leonard.
He has Leonard on the ropes. Can't hit him when he's on the ropes or in the corners. He's going to nail Hagler again. I can see the punches coming.
He just missed that combination, however.
Didn't miss that one.
Wild miss by Hagler. Leonard tried to make him pay, but Hagler got himself in a defensive position.
Ray told me that in the Mugabe fight, Hagler turned completely around when he missed, but Mugabe didn't make him pay. He said, I'm going to make him pay. And you see how he jumped on him then? Now Hagler's back to orthodox. He just doesn't know what to do. If I were him, I'd stay southpaw. His best bet. Now he's southpaw.
Left up by Leonard.
Hagler's starting to get the range a little bit now, though, Tim.
Finally got him in the corner, landed a left.
And I could just was starting to get the range.
The conditioning of these two athletes is extraordinary.
Hagler's
a solid right by Hagler.
He's starting to get the range, Tim. You can just see it. You know?
That one forced Leonard to grab him. No question, Gil. Leonard stopped on the ropes for the first time in the fight.
And hit a couple of good body punches. Now he's punching back, but Hagler, Tim, he doesn't belong in there.
Into the round. A little more heavy breathing from Leonard as he comes back here after this 5th round.
So you blew that round. Not nail the rope. You're trying to load up. Don't load up. Don't load up. Wait and continue boxing him, Ray, and keep moving. All right? Don't let him join you until punching match.
That's Dave Jacobs.
Quiet. I want you to box. That is all. When you get him a sucker shot, fine.
Angelo Dundee, let's go back into that round. The best so far by Hagler. A little muscling to set him up. A short left and a hard right from underneath, and that wobbled Ray. Knocked him backwards.
Here we see it again, Tim. A little closer range. There's that uppercut. Right uppercut. Tim, I think this is a key round. Has to be a key round. If Hagler can win this round, he's right back in the fight. But if Ray wins it, it's going to be a long way uphill for Marvin.
Well, I felt that Hagler had to make something happen in the 5th round, having given the first 4 to Leonard, and he did. We scored the last one for Hagler.
And so did Angelo Dundee.
You can hear that in the corner. Good combinations there by Hagler, counterpunching well. Better timing.
Ray is starting to breathe a little heavy.
We could see that near the end of the 5th round.
And Hagler's banging to the body, Tim. 3 solid body punches.
Well, Gil, this has been more than anybody could have expected thus far.
Tim, Ray Leonard has already proved what a great fighter he is. Hagler's starting to get the range, getting him where he wants him, and Ray is starting to breathe heavy. Ray now is going to have to nail him with a good punch. He's got to slow him up a little bit. Tried to do it that time. Nothing on it. Nothing on Ray's punches, Tim. Nothing at all. Beautiful move.
Great movement there. That was some of the old Sugar Ray. And a right-hand lead landed.
There's nothing on the punches, Tim. Marvin is very, very slow right now, Tim, too. He's just plodding in there.
Well, the pace has been furious. Even though Hagler didn't throw a lot of punches the first 3 rounds, he used up a lot of energy trying to cut off the ring.
Is he missing? Whoa! And Ray is doing nothing to make him miss. He's just missing.
Short punches inside by Ray. Hagler looking a little arm weary as Ray is right there to be hit. Leonard punches back.
Hagler does not look sharp at all, Tim.
Hagler missed with an overhand right. Leonard, pardon me, with that long right. Short right inside, scored on the break.
Ray Leonard is holding and hitting. Twice Richie Steele warned him.
30 seconds to go. Round number 6.
Marvelous Marvin Hagler looks very, very slow.
Short chopping right hand by Hagler. Leonard was counting on the slowness of Hagler. He said he lost a lot of speed. Final seconds of the 6th round.
Even when Leonard misses, Hagler's having trouble countering. But he landed a couple of good solid punches in that exchange. Ray looks very, very tired going back to the corner, Tim.
Mouth wide open coming to the corner. Tougher round to score. A close round.
Baby, don't you worry. Squeeze on the other side. There you go. I got it. Put it on my hand. All right. I want you to use your noodle. That's all I want from you. All right. Just fit, Ray. How smart is this
Sugar Ray
guy?
Leonard has thrown 234 punches, landed 117. That's 50% accuracy. That's pretty good against a pro like Hagler.
A little more pressure.
And considering he had that long layoff.
He's weak enough as it is. Two punches and flurries. Okay?
Got to hang him up.
And you see Marvin has only landed 103. A lot less accuracy.
So more one punch at a time.
Chunk him off.
All right? Get the boss.
You heard Goody Petronelli saying no more punches and flurries, Marvin. See what he does this round. We're in the 7th round scheduled for 12. Remember, it was Leonard who wanted a 12-round bout, not Hagler.
Hagler is just a little slow getting off, Tim. Gets Leonard in position. By the time he makes up his mind to punch, Leonard's gone.
On the other hand, Ray has also slowed his footwork pace, but he landed a good left hook, and they got one back from Hagler.
Hagler's was a harder punch. Nailed him again, Tim. Solid punches by Hagler.
Hagler's finding the range, and Ray more flat-footed here, now backed up into the Hagler corner.
Look at how slow Hagler is, Tim. What Hagler should be doing is just banging to the body. Ray is moving his head. The body doesn't move, it stays there.
There he goes to the body.
That's where he should be banging away. Ray looks like he has no strength then.
Well, he was just pushed back by a forearm from Hagler.
He's going to have to find it from somewhere. Tim, you know, a well-conditioned athlete, and I know Ray trained for this fight. A little tired now. He should get a second win, and he's going to have to get a second win.
Hagler getting Leonard in a flat-footed position again, but good movement by Leonard when the punches arrive. And he flurries back. Those were blocked by Hagler in the last exchange.
Hagler's landing the solid punches at this time, Tim. And Ray is very tired. You know, Tim, when you're a little tired, you're a little better puncher, too. You know, you got to be flat-footed.
Hagler's been able to pick off the last several combinations with his gloves. As he did there. And he smiles and laughs at Leonard and gives him a grin back.
Oh, there we go to Muhammad Ali. And a nice combination.
Working on the mind of Hagler. And Hagler just keeps plodding ahead in his workmanlike style.
Those are the solid punches.
Yep.
Those are the solid punches. He has Ray in a little trouble now.
Bang into the body. Uppercut scored at the bell. They don't hear the bell. The end of round 7, the crowd on its feet.
Once you're off the rope, it looks like he's hitting you, even though you're not getting hit. I want you off the rope. I want you boxing this guy. You made him miss your 3 shots. You didn't counter 1 shot. All right. No, watch that ice, goddammit. Watch the ice. All right. Open your mouth. Give me some deep breath. Put the ice back.
Going back to the action at the end of the round, a little short chopping right there that came after the bell. The fighters did not hear the bell. Richard Steele steps in between them.
And you're roughing him up good stuff.
You have to do that. You get him against ropes like you did there, that overhand fine, and bring the uppercuts out. That was right. Drive him up. Get a little rough in there. Okay? It's all yours.
Eddie Petronelli asking for more aggression. Get a little rough in there. Round 8, a 12-round middleweight championship bout that has more than lived up to its billing, no matter what the outcome now.
Good solid right jab by Hagler, Tim. That's almost like a straight right hand when he hits you with it.
And as you pointed out in the first couple of rounds, the timeout here for some tape loose on the right glove of Sugar Ray Leonard. As you pointed out in the early rounds, Hagler not doing well fighting in the orthodox style as a right-hander, doing much better once he turns around.
Tim, if he loses this fight because he gave away those first 2 rounds, he's not going to be able to live with himself. Well, here we go.
A re-tape job on the gloves of Leonard. We are early in the 8th round. Unlike many of boxing's observers, Hagler never said this would be an easy fight. He knew what to expect from Leonard. He may not have known what style he'd see, but he knew he'd see a strong guy with a lot of heart and a lot of skill, even if they were somewhat rusty.
The one punch that I'd be using if I was Hagler would be a straight left hand to the body to set everything else up. He hasn't been using that as yet. He's thrown out wide left hand. Ray is going to have to get that second win, Tim.
Right hand jab starting to land now.
And they're stiff. They're not just little jabs. They're stiff. Good right hook.
Right over the glove. That backed up Leonard. Leonard bidding to become one of only 10 boxers to win 3 titles in 3 different weight divisions.
I can't believe Leonard's legs, Tim. Moving beautifully. See, there's nothing on Leonard's punches, Tim. Hagler's able to move right through it. Leonard hit him with a right hand, didn't move him. He was able to counter with a left hand to the body.
Get out! Don't hold it, Ray. Don't hold it.
If I was Ray, I'd really try to load up and nail Hagler now. This guy's getting overconfident. They tried it.
And he took a left and pushed him back.
There's those body shots again. Look how much Marvelous Marvin misses like. But he doesn't get discouraged. He misses, he punches again.
Leonard standing there willing to trade.
Now that's a mistake. That is a mistake.
Short chopping punches inside, scored by Hagler.
Hagler is breathing very deep now too, Tim. He's gasping for breath. Not a one-sided thing here. Another punch after the bell by Leonard. 2 rounds in a row.
And a warning from Steele for that one. In that event, it appeared that he did hear the bell. Again, probably part of the psychological warfare.
Go ahead.
Tim, we talked about Leonard getting tired.
Exactly what you're doing.
Is a
You're going to
little
rough him up
tired
and
at the
they take a
moment
few
himself.
shots, man. All right. He took a point away from the bell. All right. How do you feel, man? Good. You're going to brawl this guy, keep the pressure on him, taking his legs away from right now. And if you get him to get close, so the uppercuts are very good.
This bullshit is not long as he's going.
Right.
Ray, please box.
Box. All you.
So wet. All right. Deep breath. Give me another one. No.
You can. He do hesitation as well.
Box. Let's go. Let's go.
Dundee tells Leonard to box. Petronelli tells Hagler to slug. Get out there and put some pressure on. Be aggressive. Brawl with him.
You know, Tim, all these fights have ebbs and flows. Now, Leonard was very tired before. He may be getting his second win, and Hagler may be getting a little tired.
Could be a telling round in that respect.
Vicious body punch by Hagler, though, Tim. Flashy combination, but only one of the punches landed.
He was able to escape, however. His footwork continues to be
Hagler was
impressive.
just so slow getting off when he has Leonard on the ropes. He should let that left hand to the body go right away. And then he can throw the other punches. But he looks for openings. By the time he looks, Leonard's gone.
Don't hold it.
Ray Leonard warned for holding again by Richard Steele. Again, Leonard flat-footed on the ropes, but Hagler not getting much done.
He's trying to hit the head. The body doesn't move. Just bang to the body. Nice combination by Ray.
There's a solid.
That was the best punch of the fight.
Hagler straight
Best
down
punch
the
of
middle.
the fight. For Hagler.
Hagler backing up Leonard into the Leonard corner. Short right uppercut.
He's nailing him now, Tim.
Right to the chin.
That's where he has to put that left hand.
Leonard in some difficulty. Hasn't thrown a punch out of this corner. Now he does. Trying to bang his way out.
Look at that determination of Ray Leonard. You talk about a champion.
What a display.
Absolutely gritted his teeth. Look at him go.
Again, in the middle of the ring, and Hagler stays there and punches back. A right by Leonard.
What a display, Tim. You talk about a champion, but he's got that solid rock to move, and Hagler just keeps methodically moving forward.
Under a minute to go, round 9. Most of the crowd here on its feet. Trading over there on the far side. Again, Hagler gets the best of it. But Leonard just keeps firing.
Leonard is punching in desperation now, though, Tim. Really trying. What a display.
Leonard holding on, and Hagler just slapping him.
He's tired, Tim. Look at those arms. Yeah, but he tries to be tricky. Nothing's going to help him, though, Tim. Not when he's tired the way he's tired now.
Hagler trying to find openings. Maybe a little arm weary, Gil. He's not throwing enough punches.
Well, we said they were going to have to fight, and they're fighting.
They're both exhausted from this round. That's the end of this 9th round, an incredible round.
There you go. Put your head down. Okay, we got 9 minutes.
There it was.
Straight left hand down the pipe from Marvin Hagler. And then Sugar Ray Leonard coming out of the corner where he had just had his hands up to protect himself and then battered his way out of the corner.
Jordan, your boss.
Now there is a round, Gil, where I've scored that round for Marvin Hagler, but you've got a lot of emotion involved here. And I think in the minds of the judges, it's going to be hard to separate what they admire in this performance from what's actually happening. And a good finish again by Sugar Ray Leonard. And so who knows? But right now, as we see it, a very close fight with 3 rounds to go. The early rounds going to Leonard on our scorecard. The later rounds going to Hagler.
Looks like Leonard has his second win, Tim. He's bouncing, moving.
Tim Ryan, Bill Clancy with Jim Hill. This is round 9, scheduled for 12. Not often you can build something as the super fight and expect to get one. We've already had it here.
Marvin takes too long to get that straight left hand. He never throws the straight left hand to the body. He throws it wide. Should be straight. There it is, wide again to the body.
Work it out.
Gil, at this stage of the fight, you might wonder whether Marvin wishes it was a 15-rounder if he's unable to stop Sugar Ray in the next 3.
Well, that was the first battle that Ray Leonard won when he got this fight to be 12 rounds. Those uppercuts of Marvin's started to land now, Tim. Short little uppercuts that Goody Pettinelli told him to use in the corner.
He has scored the bulk of the scoring punches at the last 2 seconds.
Beautiful combination by Leonard. He just walks away.
Watch your head.
Halfway through round 10.
Tim, I think it's getting to the point where Hagler's going to have to land a couple of big, solid punches.
Good flurry by Leonard.
Richard Steele is doing a good job as a referee, Tim.
.52 knockouts on Hagler's record and 62 victories. Sure, he didn't expect to see Leonard still here on the 10th round. Even with all of the respect that he accorded Leonard, knowing it will be a tough fight.
Richard Steele continues to warn Ray Leonard for holding, Tim. Now, after a few warnings, you have to do something about it, besides warning.
I don't think we're going to see a point taken away from either of these fighters.
Hagler is just so slow getting off. Unbelievable. I don't understand why he doesn't fire that left hand to the body.
Wild miss on a trick play by Leonard, and he paid for it as Hagler tagged him.
They're both dead tired now. Look at Hagler is dead too, Tim.
Work it down.
Leonard has never been able to back up Hagler in this fight, even in the rounds in which he scored 4 points. We come to the end of round number 10. Sugar Ray Leonard looking weary in his corner. Angelo Dundee in quickly.
6 minutes for the title. Put your head down. We only got 6 minutes. Right, keep it sucker turning, baby. Check it, man. Baby, 6 minutes. Champion. I mean champion. All right, come on. All right, Ray. Come on. Come on, son. Man, you can do 6 minutes in your sleep, can't you? All right.
The road side was all automatic.
Give me the spin, son. Come on. When the right hand goes, I want you to come back with a left hook, but start dipping to your right. You're not doing it. Throwing it straight away. Get up, champ. Get up.
Round 11. You heard Angelo Dundee tell Sugar Ray he was 6 minutes away from the championship. Much of that, of course, is a confidence-building psych job. Whether that's the case is in the hands of 3 judges at ringside.
Tim, I think Marvin is going to have to win these 2 rounds to retain his title, and he's going to have to land some big punches.
I have Hagler at 5-4 with 1 even at this point, but a very close round in the 10th that could easily have been scored for Leonard. Dave Moretti from Las Vegas, Lou Filippo from Los Angeles, and
So
Jose
slow
Garrett from
getting
Monterey.
off, Hagler. He's got the shot. Beautiful combination by Leonard. Right hand, left hook. As Angelo told him, he said, come back with the hook, and he sure did. Another left hook by Leonard.
Right hand lead.
Tim, it's a jab, but again, it's like a straight right hand. Solid punches.
Solid body shot from Hagler, and Leonard escapes off the rope. He lands a combination.
And moves
Hagler.
away. You know, you mentioned that Leonard was tired. Hagler's not fresh as a daisy either, you know. He doesn't have too much left. Damn it.
Hagler moving his hands without a lot of authority, but scoring some punches. The showboat again from Leonard.
Well, we have to call him the Miracle Man after this, Tim.
Well, you're not kidding.
Anybody can have that layoff, do what he's doing tonight. He's a Miracle Man. Never been done in boxing history. Never. Whether he wins or loses. And right now, he's winning, in my opinion.
Hagler missing wide open target as Leonard just leaned back away from the punches.
Beautiful move by Leonard. Tim, he has Hagler tamed now, Tim. Hagler can't let that left hand go, Tim. He should be throwing that left hand down the pipe. Just did it then. But that's what he should be doing all along.
Leonard has played with Hagler's mind throughout the fight, and by being fresh enough here in this 11th round as he looks to his corner at the end of the round. Leonard coming back slowly to his corner, but the little flurries that he fought in were enough to win the round the way we saw it.
I think so. Eye-catching punches.
He's tired. He's trying to win the round by flowing. You feel if you had that round, you had him going with it, but you know that. Fill it out.
And Marvin Hagler, as you pointed out, looking weary in his corner, Gil. And now a psyched-up Ray Leonard is on his feet.
Tim, and Hagler doesn't look very confident. He looks like a beaten fighter to me. Mentally beat. Whether he wins or loses, I don't know.
I think that was taken away from him, particularly in that last round. But it began right in the beginning. And Leonard on our scorecard won the first 4 rounds and asserted that mental dominance. He was so sure he could do that. And he was so sure that most of us who picked Hagler would be wrong. He could do this. They beckon each other out. Does Hagler feel that it all comes down to this 3 minutes?
Well, you know, Goody Petronelli in the corner he was talking like it's about a 15-round fight. Where you started to get him going. I mean, I would have been a little more emotional if I was in the corner. There's Hagler for the first time threw that straight left hand down the pipe to the body.
There we go. We've got this close on our scorecard with Leonard slightly ahead. I think Hagler has to realize that the sentiment is just going to have to be with Leonard, that he's got to feel he's got to knock him out to retain his title.
But that's not what they tell him in the corner, Tim. They're talking to him like it's an IBM meeting or something. No emotion. Oh, good straight left hand by Hagler.
And look at Leonard just able to pick up the punches, move his head, and escape most of them. And Leonard flurries against Hagler and now escapes from the corner. Ray Leonard is having fun in there right now. What a story.
He's looking at the corner. I don't know why. Well, Tim, we have to call him the miracle man of boxing. He doesn't need any help from the corner.
He sure doesn't. Not what he's accomplished to this point.
Well, Tim, he's giving this round away, though. Sugar Ray, you know who the fans think are winning the fight.
Less than a minute to go in the fight. Now Hagler with a little showboat. Some shuffle back from Ray.
Look at Ray Leonard. What a cocky kid.
Well, this 30-year-old cocky kid, perhaps fainting weariness as he has a few times earlier in the bout, but also showing that psychologically and physically now he's in control.
Going to be interesting scoring, Tim. You know, do you like the plodding guy or do you like the flash?
Leonard busy on the rope. Hagler trying
There'll
to
be no knockout. No knockout.
Leonard in the corner at the end of this fight, but on his feet.
All right, let's see. Hagler landed 291 punches, Leonard 306. I didn't see Hagler landing that many. I guess all those short little clubs. But Leonard's punches were the flashier punches. Very, very tough. Do you like the guy that just plods and plugs, or do you like the guy that throws his combinations and flashes?
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the decision of the judges. We have a split decision. Judge Lou Filippo scores the bout. 115, Marvin Hagler. 113, Ray Leonard. Judge Jojo Guerra scores the bout. 118, Leonard. 110, Hagler. And Judge Dave Moretti scores 115, 113. By the winner, by a split decision, and new middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard.
I'm here with Marvin Hagler, and at ringside, we'll try and get Ray over here. While we're waiting for Ray, Marvin, I know you're incredibly disappointed. What's your feeling about the decision?
I beat him, and he knows it, and everybody knows. I knew it was too close. I told you about Vegas. No way about it, you know.
Marvin, you also said that you had K&O in your right hand. You hoped it wouldn't go this far.
Well, you know, I figured I was beating him good, you know. Oh, geez.
Now, how about the first two rounds? Gil and I thought that you really gave away the first couple of rounds by boxing in the orthodox style.
I stayed aggressive. I took everything he had. I made him fight. Come on, I won the fight.
Well, I know you're tremendously disappointed, but it was a tremendous show, Marvin. This was more than anybody ever expected in terms of a great championship fight.
They stole it, you know.
Will you come back? Will there be more for you, Marvin? Will you consider another fight with this one being so close?
Not with that. No, I don't think with that. I have to talk about it. I have to think about it.
All right, Marvin Hagler. Ray.
Got an interview.
All right, a very disappointed Marvin Hagler, and it has to be an incredibly elated Sugar Ray Leonard. Ray, you told everybody you could do this. Most of us thought it was impossible, said it couldn't happen. You were absolutely convinced, weren't you?
Well, Tim, I am a nonconformist. I made a comeback. It was defiance of history. They said I couldn't do it. They didn't want me to do it.
This is Juanita. Don't get concerned, folks. It's only his wife.
But you know, you know, Tim, this is the greatest accomplishment in my life. Thank you.
Well, there's no question that it's the greatest accomplishment of any boxer's life, Ray. Here's your mama. You were expected to maybe put on a great show and maybe go a few longer rounds than a lot of people thought. Did you really feel that the course of the fight would go the way it did?
Well, Tim, everybody thought. I'm sure you felt the same way.
I did.
It was an impossible task. But like I said, this is the first time a young guy came up against an old guy in a comeback. I prepared myself for 1 year. Tim, I don't know too much more to say. I need to go home and rest.
I know you're going to sleep well tonight. You'll be a little sore, but it's been all worth it.
It was all worth it, Tim. And I miss working with you. We really do. You and Gil.
Well, are you coming back, or are you going to stay in here now?
Depends on the contract. Thanks, Tim.
All right. Sugar Ray Leonard, the new middleweight champion of the world in the single most stunning upset in boxing history. 5 years, one fight. He came back, split decision, argument or not, Ray Leonard has accomplished what no man in boxing history, and I'm hard-pressed to think about another athlete in any sport who has accomplished what Ray Leonard has done here tonight at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. It is simply an extraordinary accomplishment. There will be arguments that Marvin Hagler won the fight close the other way. There will be, inevitably. One judge saw it that way. It was a split decision. Nonetheless, had it gone to Marvin Hagler, the accomplishment would be hardly diminished after that performance by Sugar Ray Leonard here tonight. Instead, they went for Sugar Ray Leonard. He has won this fight fair and square, no question about it. the writers, no doubt, and the other commentators will talk about the strategy of Hagler. Did he take the wrong approach in the early rounds? Did he stay orthodox too long? It really won't matter because it's over. The champion of the world who shocked the world here tonight is Sugar Ray Leonard, and he accomplished what no man before him has. Let's ask my commentator, Gil Clancy, at ringside for some thoughts just before we go up to our host. Gil, I know in your many, many years of watching boxing, you feel as I do that you've seen something really incredible here tonight.
Tim, that was the greatest accomplishment that I've ever seen performed in the ring by any boxer. Anybody could be off that long, withstand that pressure, make the brilliant moves that he made, throw those rallies, those flashy combinations whenever he had to, was just great. He knew exactly what he had to do in each and every round, and he went out and did it. It was a great performance.
All right, Gil. Now let's go up to our host, Jim Hill.
All right, Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, thank you so very much. It took almost 6 years to make. It was over in 36 actual just tremendous moments, and indeed, this bout was super. There will be no one to leave Caesar's Palace here this afternoon or this evening in Las Vegas, Nevada, and complain about this action tonight because it was a magnificent fight. And Sugar Ray Leonard, on a split decision, has taken away marvelous Marvin Hagler's middleweight boxing championship on a split decision. And I'm telling you that everyone will be talking about this fight for a long, long time to come. You know, when you think about the things that Sugar Ray Leonard has done in his entire career, 1976 he won the Olympic gold medal. There was a time when he thought that he wouldn't turn professional, but then he went to his trainer, Mike Trainer is his name, and Mike Trainer changed the whole philosophy of boxing. He went and got Angelo Dundee. Trainer was his manager. He went and got Angelo Dundee. Dundee has a stable of boxing champions. Among those, of course, is Muhammad Ali. Angelo Dundee has been with him throughout his entire boxing career. Now, other welterweight champions who won the middleweight title, you see the names right here, October 24th, 1898, Ryan against Bonner. Then December 3rd, 1926, Walker and Flowers. And it goes on, August 9th, 1933, September the 23rd, 1957, Carmen Basilio and Sugar Ray Robinson. Who will ever forget him? And of course it goes on and on and on. And now Sugar Ray Leonard adds his name. He makes history here tonight. It is cool. We talked about the weather conditions, and Ray Leonard came out and he boxed the entire fight. He was like a fox terrier. He outboxed marvelous Marvin Hagler. He had him confused for the entire 12 rounds. And this is one of the things and one of the reasons why Ray wanted to fight only 12 rounds instead of 15 rounds. He knew that coming back after almost 3 years out of the ring that he probably wouldn't have the stamina to go 15 full rounds. That was one of the tickling negotiating points. Hagler gave in to that because he wanted to prove to the world that Ray Leonard had no business in the world in the ring with him. Earlier this week, Hagler said he was going to knock Sugar Ray out. Ray smiled. Then this morning, something very interesting. At the weigh-in, when Marvin Hagler stripped and he weighed 158.5 pounds, Ray Leonard looked at him and smiled just a little bit. And those of us in the audience wondered, what in the world is he smiling about? I talked to his brother. I talked to a couple of other people in the camp, and they said, you know, that Marvin Hagler was working out last night because they thought he was overweight. He was jumping weight, and he was drawn just a little bit, and they think that that may be one of the reasons why he was just a little bit weak. So let's get some final comments from our commentators down at ringside. Tim and Gil, back to you.
All right, Jim. Well, it's been a thrill to be part of boxing history, and it's been a thrill to be part of sports history, Gil, because as I said in the ring, I'm hard-pressed to think of anything else to match this.
Tim, there just hasn't been. It was just such an incredible performance. The flash against the blue-collar worker, it worked out that way. Marvelous Marvin just kept plodding ahead. Then Ray Leonard would steal the round with a flashy combination.
Well, we gave Leonard the early rounds, and we gave Marvin Hagler most of the middle rounds, and then Ray Leonard the 11th round, Hagler the 12th. It was that kind of a seesaw battle from about the 5th round on. But there were a couple of close rounds. Obviously, two of the judges tilted those to Sugar Ray Leonard. Marvin Hagler was tremendously disappointed, Gil, and he didn't, obviously. He obviously also didn't think he lost those first 2 rounds that we thought he clearly gave away.
Well, it wasn't just the first 2 rounds, Tim. Nobody in his corner ever got emotional. They'd tell him, use the uppercuts, use the jab. They never told him the overall picture of the fight. You never use a slide rule when you're judging a fight. if I have a guy after 8 or 9 rounds and it's very, very close, then you get emotional. Say, you got to go out, you got to back this guy up, you got to make sure you win the round. They weren't talking like that. They must have thought that Marvelous Marvin was comfortably ahead. I didn't.
Well, he certainly thought he had won the fight, and the disappointment etched on his face was considerable, to say the least, and you had to feel for him in this moment. This great champion, 62 wins, just 2 defeats, and 2 draws on his record with 52 knockouts along the way, felt that he was the deserved favorite here and was thinking about going on after Carlos Monzon's own record and defending his title successfully 14 times. However, now the question mark, as you could see, something he just doesn't even want to think about at this moment, and whether or not he'll return, I'm sure is going to take some time.
Well, it will, Tim. And one other thing I want to mention, those first 2 rounds when he boxed the orthodox style, one of the things that beat him was overconfidence. I thought he could win the fight anytime he wanted to, but he was letting the other guy put the rounds in the bank.
Well, it was a close fight, but most of all, the fact that it was won by Sugar Ray Leonard created history. And I think that for the people who were here and watching on television around the world, had it gone the other way, they still would have seen a remarkable feat. This was a tremendous fight from beginning to end. It had all of the entertainment value a boxing match can have. And you might note, as many of you I'm sure did, neither Gil nor I at any point mentioned anything at all about Sugar Ray Leonard's eyes. That had been covered to death. It was something very much on our mind, you can be sure. There was no point in the fight where it ever became a cause for concern.
Never did, Tim.
And I think for Sugar Ray, it was just another measure of the confidence that he brought into the fight. It was a kind of a performance by an athlete that you will see maybe once in a lifetime. He was spent at the end of it. I'm sure he'll sleep well tonight with a few bruises and reminders of the heavy punching of Marvelous Marvin Hagler, and I know people will start to talk about a rematch. I kind of hope there isn't one.
Well, I do too, Tim. One last point I'd like to make. When Ray finished the 12th round, he was completely exhausted. That's the way you like to see a fighter finish. He had given everything he could. Nothing left. That's what won him the fight.
There was no question that this was an all-out effort by 2 great champions, and Sugar Ray Leonard is the new middleweight champion. Among the non-believers, I count myself in that group. I mean, this is just an extraordinary thing, and all credit to the new champion. Long live the king. Back to you, Jim Hill.
Okay, Tim, thank you so very much. And I, too, have to raise my hand. I was a non-believer, but you can believe one thing. All the 16,000 fans who are leaving Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada tonight will leave here with great memories etched in their minds of this evening's event, as Sugar Ray Leonard has now upset Marvelous Marvin Hagler for the middleweight boxing championship of the world. The Super Fight has been brought to you by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. For Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, I'm Jim Hill saying thank you so much for watching, and good night from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada.